Hey, this is John with Master Gunworks. We're working on the Springfield Prodigy. The customer wanted us to do a trigger job on it, just basically using the um, factory parts. He just wanted a little better trigger, something around 3.5, 4 pounds, a little more crisp. The factory trigger was like 5.5 pounds and had some creep in it. But one thing that the customer was a little bit concerned about was he was seeing some uneven wear on the slide and the frame. And he was asking what was causing this and essentially if that was going to cause a problem for him down the road or if there's a solution to this. And I kind of wanted to bring this up to people who own a Springfield Prodigy, or if you're looking at getting one. I'm not. The intention of this is not to speak badly of the Springfield Prodigy. It's a great gun, but this is just one thing you might want to take a look at, keep an eye out for. So basically, the customer is seeing a few areas of some uneven wear. You can see on the bottom of the slide, all the finish is gone, bare metal here, virtually no wear on this side of the slide. Kind of see a similar wear pattern on the frame itself. A little more the finish gone on this side, less on this side, same on the inside of the frame rails. And in doing the trigger job, we take a look at the hammer. The hammer also has wear on one side more than the other. So that's kind of interesting as well. If you take a look at the bottom of the slide, where the hammer rubs on the bottom of the slide when it's cocked, you can see it's actually not touching this area at all. I mean, the finish is all still there, but on the opposite side, the finish is gone. So we decided to investigate this a little bit, to kind of see what was going on that was causing this and what is the potential fix. Is this a problem, or is this going to cause a problem down the road? Well, it probably depends on how much you're going to shoot the gun, what your intentions are with it, and how many rounds the life of the gun is going to have, whether it'll cause problems for you or not. More than likely, it's probably going to wear to a degree and then stop. It's probably not going to wear a ton past a certain point. However, we investigated this a little further to see what was going on. So anyway, kind of what caused this particular problem was a series of things that had to work together for this to occur. So we have about 3 thousandths clearance between the hammer pin and the hammer. And just in case you're wondering, yeah, we did check the holes in the frame. They are parallel and straight. We did check the hole in the hammer. We indicated all this stuff in. It's all correct. So why did this occur? Well, we have about 3 thousandths clearance between the pin and the bore in the hammer. This is a piece of the problem. The Springfield Prodigy, of course, has a plastic mainspring housing. Not a huge fan of it myself, but it is what it is. So measuring the bore, which was not consistent throughout the length of the mainspring housing, it was very inconsistent. So basically you're starting with already a bore in the housing that's not straight. But the clearance between the bore and the spring cap, we measured it to be about 18 thousandths clearance between the diameter of your spring and spring cap and the bore in your mainspring housing. Also, if you look at our hammer strut, the hammer strut has quite a bit of movement. Okay? Then we have approximately 10 thousandths clearance between the frame and the width of the hammer, this way. So if you're familiar with machining or tool and die or anything like that, the term stacking tolerances probably sounds familiar. This is a drawing of a little bit of what's going on that's causing this. Now, keep in mind this is severely exaggerated for effect. But you can see the spring inside, this is the mainspring housing. I know it's a terrible drawing. Here's the mainspring cap. Here's the hammer strut, the hammer, and the frame. You're kind of looking at it an end view from the back of the gun, kind of a cutaway. So our mainspring will be shifted off in one direction, which will cause a shift in the hammer strut, pushing the hammer to one side or the other, causing exactly what we're seeing here. Wherever I put my hammer, oh, here it is. So basically, inside the gun, what's happening is something like this. So when the gun is cocked, what you're seeing is the back of the hammer isn't straight like it should be. It's cocked over because of the mainspring misalignment, the clearance in the hammer strut, the clearance between the hammer strut and the inside of the hammer, the clearance between the hammer and the frame, and all of these tolerances are stacking together to make the effect that's happening right here. So it's causing the hammer to tilt and to push on the bottom of the slide unevenly, causing the uneven wear. So, I mean, I guess that leads you to, how do you fix this? Well, if you want to fix it and you want to fix it perfectly, obviously you're going to get a new mainspring housing, a mainspring cap that fits a little tighter. You could get a hammer that's a little bit oversized that fits the frame a bit tighter, and you're going to clear up most of these issues. I guess if you want to do, probably in this case, probably the single easiest thing you could do to mitigate a lot of this is just get a hammer pin that's a little bit oversized, and you're gonna straighten out that hammer to a large degree where it's gonna want to ride straight regardless of the pressure that's being pushed upon it. So if you want kind of the quick and dirty fix, an oversized hammer pin is going to help you out quite a bit. But if you really want to truly fix the complete problem, you got to start with the mainspring housing and work your way up. So that's what I've discovered on this particular Prodigy. I'm not saying that all of them are like this. Obviously, they're probably not. But if you have one and you're seeing this and you're wondering what's causing it, this is more than likely the culprit. So if you got any comments or anything, just shoot them my way. Take a look in the remarks. We got our website on there. Give it a thumbs up if you like it. If you hate it, tell me that too. That's great. So thanks.